wait past July though, because you know Channel 7 was laid off 400 people?
Channel 7's full culture.
Yeah. But then we just bought NBN, and the rumour is, our bosses have been up there all week, that just past July, fucking mass layoffs are going to be happening. And you know what? Since we own them, you know what's going to happen? They don't have to offer redundancy. All they can say is, you could come work for us and get more money. If they live in Newcastle, then I'll find out. But that means they don't have to pay out.
Yeah, it's really just profit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I mean, that's a are working.
Yeah, it's kind of like
All the best. Good luck tomorrow. Mine's going.
You know what it's like? It has the same effect as people that don't work and they lose track of the days that they live. It's like, well, when's their day? For them it's the same. When you work 7 days, it's the exact same thing. Every day you're working, I don't know. They're all the same.
burger.
If I got it or not.
Have you got the XP ranks?
Yes, I will be.
I didn't have to go to the XP rank.
I mean, Zappa is kind of a nice build now with the scaffold.
Scaffold.
Yeah. Oh, no. It's at the new...
Sorry, yeah.
Zappa. Yeah.
I played there actually.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I played on the
Oh, on the other side?
Yeah, but I've seen them. I haven't seen the scaffold.
It's nice.
Remember when Jed
Yeah.
that is
I had to do that. I had to play the...
pissing down the rain though?
No. That. I did it the week before they did play well. With the commentator who went in.
Oh yeah.
Yes, she. And we had to sort of stand just off the sideline to fight. Because if we stepped back, I had the box in there anyway. Oh, yeah. The best field I've been to, I like the Rockdale, but when we went there, it was pissing down, we were like, flooded in.
It was so good.
Yep, I drove home for an hour just like that, horrific wet. Great field. Imagine if it didn't have a roof on its scaffold. Like, it didn't matter, did it? Yeah, true. And then it was flooded, so all this gear got wet.
Too many people.
I haven't played soccer in genuinely 20 plus years. I got a soccer player's body, man. I don't think I've run in about 20 plus years either. Yeah, I might have to just put it on the walk past fuel. I couldn't do that. I just don't think
Oh, it is definitely done.
like bronze. It's different. And it is kind of. It's definitely not yellow. Yeah, I like bronze. That works. I actually like that color combination. It's nice.
Well, hello and welcome along to Macedonia Park for round 19 of the National Premier League's Men's New South Wales as Wollongong Wolves welcome APIA Leichhardt. These sides find themselves towards the top of the table with APIA chasing down the title while the Wolves are looking to hold off the chasing pack for finals football. My name is Tim Gibson. Let me take you through the teams, and starting with the Wolves, Daniel Solski is in goal. Number 4, Dylan Ryan. 5, Banri Kanaizumi. 8, Sebastian Duarte. 10 is Flynn Madden. 11, Sebastian Hernandez. 15, Dax Kelly. 16, Lucas Tradsevsky. 17, Marcus Beattie. 24, Lachlan Scott. And number 25, Alex Mashivecchio. Over to the APIA team now, and Oliver Kalatz is in goal. 2, Seiya Kambayashi. Number 4 is Aijin Kishimoto. 8, Michael Conestabo. 9, Presley Ortiz. Number 11, Rory Jordan. 21 is Michael Kuta. Number 22 is Eddie Caspers. 24, Cameron Fong. 25, Kyle Shaw. And number 99 is Franco Farinella. Luke Chapman is the referee. The Wolves playing in their red kit, while APIA in somewhat of a bronze and maroon combination. And it will be APIA to get us underway in this one in what is a mild evening here on the south coast. The pitch here at Macedonia Park remaining a gleaming green. We'll wait to see how it plays though, especially as the dew starts to fall and gets a bit more moisture on the surface. And we kick off here. And the importance of this game cannot really be understated for these teams as they target their respective goals in the competition. And APIA immediately happy to hold possession, but there comes the direct ball forwards. Dax Kelly deals with that somewhat effectively for the Wolves. Here's Rory Jordan now. Farinella will go back to Kishimoto. Ball clipped in towards Michael Kuta, and APIA are looking to try and make an early impression. Here's Kambayashi with the ball in. That's cleared by Kanaizumi. Far out to Jordan, and APIA will maintain possession. Nice feet there from Kyle Shaw under pressure from Lachlan Scott, and now APIA can look to try and knit another move together. And it has been a while for the Wolves since they claimed victory over APIA As we see Farinella get a cross in, that'll be cleared away by Dylan Ryan. And the Wolves will get somewhat of a release of pressure. But you have to look all the way back to 2020, the COVID season, shortened year, that was where Wollongong picked up a 4-1 victory. And in 2019, of course, the year when the Wolves claimed the league title, they actually did the double over APIA, and in pretty convincing fashion, 3-0 and 4-0 wins. But over the past 6 years, it's been all APIA. A couple of draws in there for the Wolves. That's a lovely back heel, and it's clipped back to the edge of the area. It's shot blocked. It's still on, though, for APIA. That shot coming in from Michael Starboat. Foul there on Trajcevski. Earlier in the year, in round 4, APIA claimed a 2-0 win over the Wolves, and otherwise it's basically been a draw and a win for APIA over the last 6 years in the league fixtures. The Wolves under pressure as APIA look to try and make an early impression in this game. This being the first game with the Wolves being coached fully by Julio Miranda, with Luke Wilkshire covering the World Cup. It'll be an important spell, though, for Wollongong in the absence of their head coach. Although last year they did go on a sustained unbeaten run following the departure of Warren Grieve. It will be very useful if they can replicate that over the next few weeks. Here's Madden's delivery, not a bad one at all, right towards the far post, and there are a couple of Wolves players that potentially could have got a toe on the ball. The Wolves currently occupying 4th position, but their recent form hasn't been a demonstration of that. They've lost back-to-back games coming into this one, both 1-0, as Lachlan Scott has a bit of space wide to find Duarte. First time ball clipped in. Mashivecchio has the player waiting. Here's Hernandez. That pass is loose. Now Caspers can take it away. The Wolves get possession back. Early switch of play towards Hernandez. Opportunity to run at Michael Kuda. Good defending from the APIA captain. That will be a battle to watch throughout the course of this game. Directness of Hernandez has been a major asset for the Wolves. Here's Madden picking it up in the pocket and is able to turn and play it forwards towards Hernandez, who'll get on the end of this. Goes for a first-time cross towards Scott, headed away by Shaw, only as far as Dax Kelly, who had a bit of space. Loops towards Lachlan Scott, gets his head to the ball, but lacked the power to trouble Kalatz, but nonetheless a good move from the Wolves. Now APIA can try to return fire, and they've got a little bit of space in midfield here, which will allow them to quickly move it into their attacking third through Kuta down the left. Hernandez comes across to engage, shifted inside by the fullback. Henry Jordan plays it inside for Caspers. That's a nice pass towards Kambayashi. Ball overhit, and the Wolves will get the goal kick. As I mentioned earlier for the Wolves, they come into this game off the back of back-to-back defeats and still holding on to fourth, but they've certainly lost ground on the top three teams, which a few weeks ago looked to be a possibility. Here's Masciavecchio driving inside. Masciavecchio still going, goes for a strike and flies narrowly over the bar. Has scored a few worldies this season, the winger. That one dipping over the bar. As for APIA, level on points at the top of the table, but currently in second. One of the most frequent scorers in the NPL Men's New South Wales. But they have conceded 20 goals so far, the most of any team in the top four. The two defeats they've copped this year have both been away from home, and Macedonia Park has proved a really solid fortress for the Wolves, which sees this game shape up as a good opportunity for Wollongong to try and climb back up into closer proximity to the likes of APIA in the top three places. That ball's a little short and Ortiz can pick it up. Henry Jordan pops a firm challenge from Ken Izumi, but the Wolves can take it away through Duarte. Ball in towards Scott, flicked on nicely. Here's Trajstevski with a shot. Bounces wide of the left post. Good opportunity. All came from that robust challenge at the back. Highlighting that he was definitely up for the physical battle in this one. Free header for Beatty. Hernandez drifts inside. Masciavecchio had made a good run forwards, but wasn't able to be found by his opposite winger. Here's Kambayashi. Good run from Conestabo, and now Ortiz has it wide for Apia. It's a low drive that Solski's able to claim. Well, it was somewhat of a turning point for both these teams when they faced last season, or rather earlier this season. Quickly taken by Caspers, but knocked away by Masciavecchio. The win for Apia against the Wolves in round 4. Well, that started a run of 10 wins in 11 games, while for the Wolves, after that Apia defeat, they went on a 12-game unbeaten run that only came to an end a couple of weeks ago at the hands of UNSW. As mentioned earlier, the defensive record of Apia is not one of the best, at least in the top places, but one of the 5 clean sheets that Oliver Kalatz has kept this year was against the Wolves. So they did manage to shut out their opponents earlier on in the year, and they're hoping to repeat the trick there as Ortiz can't get onto that ball, and Ken Izumi can quickly recycle it for the Wolves. Happy to play more direct here, and that ball is arrowed towards Scott, who will get on the end of it. And it's going to be a corner for the Wolves. Have seen a few of those diagonal long balls that are being driven into the channels to open up the APIA defence. That was a good example of that. Ball played short. Madden towards Duarte. That ball, though, zipped up off the surface, and Rory Jordan can try to take it away. Duarte fouls. Somewhat cynical, given the potential counter-attacking opportunities that APIA would have had. APIA can resume their patient play to break down the Wolves. Well, some good news for the Wolves in terms of the team sheet is the return of Kazuya Yamamura to the bench. He's been missing the last few weeks with injury. But he will provide some much needed quality, particularly with Tate Russell absent from the Wolves. Ball in behind for Hernandez, and he will chase after that, but Kalatz comes off his line with great haste to send that out for a throw-in on halfway. Jordan over the top for Ortiz. Kanaizumi. Neat pass to pick out Mashivecchio. Beatty gives it away, and now good opportunity for APIA here. Here's Rory Jordan, shifts it inside in the box. Still there for Ortiz. The Wolves have scrambled well to try and contain it, but there'll still be a shot from Kambayashi. And Dylan Ryan finds Marcus Beatty, who goes direct. Kishimoto. Fong, Caspers. Kuta plays an early ball for Ortiz. A lively runner in this game, the striker. Willing to make those movements in behind, which have looked to catch out the Wolves' backline. He's in good form as well. Ortiz goes in back-to-back games. Duarte exchanged with Trajcevski. Now pushed wide. Here's Dax Kelly. Options becoming more limited for the Wolves. Scott heads it on, but Kishimoto is able to clear that. And the Wolves fullback will have to do it all again. foul on Madden. Another slow tempo to this game. But still opportunities falling both ways. As it can be actually wide for Fong. Shifts it inside. Still there, and a toe poke finish by Caspers, who was unwilling to put it onto his unpreferred right foot. Farinella there in for a challenge with Hernandez, and he's able to keep going. Plays it wide for Ortiz, who's timed his run well to stay onside. Striker makes his way into the box. Headed away by Kanizumi. Masavecchio with a good touch, but ball will stay with the visitors through Kuta. Jordan. Nice work and almost mazed his way through. Trajcevski direct for Scott, who slips. Caspers, nice ball wide. Cleared away by Kanizumi, but good last few minutes for APIA as they try to build an opportunity to take the lead. That cross is caught by Solski. Solski goes long towards Scott. Free kick goes against Scott, who is claiming his innocence. APIA well aware of Wollongong's captain and his exploits in terms of holding up the ball, which is a real outlet for the Wolves, particularly when they are pressed as relentlessly as they are being at the moment. That ball a little loose though, and now Wollongong can take it the other way. That time very hands-on from Kishimoto, and will get the free kick on this occasion. Lachlan Scott. Madden plays it in for Scott. Caspers is fouled by the striker. Tempo of this game still yet to really get going as we break through the 20-minute barrier. Now, there have been some high-scoring clashes between these two over the years. Last season, on the opening round, the 3-3 draw between APIA and the Wolves. But otherwise, scorelines have been pretty tight generally. Can Wollongong make the breakthrough with a Flynn Madden corner? Madden whipped in, and it's fallen all the way to Trajcevski, who brings it down and gets a good shot off. Fantastic reaction save from Kalatz. Would have seen that very late and still produced a crucial stop. Hernandez. Kuta clears it away only as far as Dax Kelly. Wolves to push the ball down the left side now. Trajcevski's probably had the two best chances of this game. One that went just wide and another that prompted an outstanding stop from Kalats. And still willing to work hard there, Trajcevski. Kuta. Nice movement from Conestabo. Finds Ortiz. Ortiz comes wide again with the ball. Kuta. Finds it back to Ortiz, who had the opportunity to spin and shoot perhaps, but Caspers can recycle it. Here's Fong wide to Farinella. Madden. Scott chases down Kishimoto. Probably the fairest word to describe this game so far, as it has been rather cagey. It is second against fourth on the table. But APIA certainly have the better form in this one and need to pick up 3 points to keep pace at the top of the competition. Farinella's header. Solski catches. And following the draw last night between Marconi and Sydney FC, APIA can go top tonight with a victory. The points will level it, but 3 points will take them to the top of the standings. And with United 58 also held to a draw last night, they'll go ahead on points even further than their opponents. That ball driven in, but caught by Solski. They'd go 4 points ahead of United 58 and 2 points clear at the top of the table. So this has picked up significantly more importance in the last 24 hours. Here's Ortiz. Shifts inside and that's deflection there. Takes it for a corner, and APIA can gather their tall timber forwards to attack this set piece. Also means this game is important for the Wolves because they'd go on to 34 points, which should move Everyone in front of them pretty much less than 10 points away. Heading into the final 10 games of the season. Here's Kambayashi. Finds Kaspers. Blocked by Trajcevski. Beatty headed forwards for Trajcevski. That ball won't find its way to Hernandez. That would have been a good counter-attacking chance for the Wolves had they put those passes together. Here's Kuta, who's gotten forwards quite significantly in this game. Ortiz gets it back off Kambayashi, floated in for Rory Jordan and off the post. That was wonderfully worked from the away side, and the post denies APIA a fantastic goal. Really constructed out of nothing. We're able to a couple of quick passes and then a clever ball clipped over the Wolves' defence in the box. And Hernandez's cross, his chance. Bounced awkwardly for Kaspers. Still here for Madden. Madden still going. Calls for a handball there, but nonetheless it was an awkward bounce. Big challenge from Dylan Ryan. Farinella. Counter-attack still on for APIA. Here's Kaspers again. Wide to Rory Jordan, who hit the post just moments ago. BC across to deal with that, but Rory Jordan slipped through those challenges into the box, still wriggling. Gets the shot off at the end of it, but lacked the sting to cause Solski any problems. Here's Trajcevski. That's a fortunate clip from an APIA perspective from Cameron Fong. BT. Nearly given away in an awkward position, but ricochet means it falls into APIA's territory as opposed to being given away in a dangerous midfield position. And the away side will now look to try and work their way up the field again, as they did so successfully a couple of minutes ago. Both sides now have had good opportunities. It's just starting to increase in tempo. Ball in for Kaspers. Duarte defends that well, but Kaspers gets a good foot in. Beatty, no options for him to play to, and now Conestabo can race through the middle of the field. Lovely take, and Solski claims the bouncing strike, but Wollongong starting to feel a bit of the pressure of a side who have been so good in front of goal. Farinella. Half an hour in and still no goal. Scott, that pass is a little short and Kambayashi can pick it off. This could be a good chance for APIA. Kambayashi intercepted and poked away by Dylan Ryan, and now Mascivecchio can get it back after his interception. It's his turn to race through the middle of the field. Lachlan Scott Goes past Caspers nicely. Tries to delicately clip it in for Beatty. It's still on though for Hernandez. Crossing towards the far post. Good area, but Lachlan Scott unable to get on the end of it. Still going though with Duarte. Eventually cleared. And the Wolves will take this opportunity to reset. Kanaizumi towards Hernandez. Kuta, good defending. And he can pick a pass as well to find Konestabo. Here come Apia down the right with Fong finding Kambayashi. Back to Kyle Shaw. Kishimoto. Caspers. Lovely switch of play. On to the left. Here's Rory Jordan. Skips past Kelly. Carrying on here. Plays it into Michael Kuta. Opportunity to strike it into the side netting. Again, an excellent construction from Apia. All started with Casper's pass wide and the interplay between Jordan and Kuta, but in the end, the opportunity goes begging, but they are starting to rack up now for Apia. Kishimoto's header is good, and Apia can now get the ball back and try once again to break down the Wolves. Duarte wins the header, but it'll be a throw-in for Apia. Here comes Scott the other way. Collision between Beatty and Scott, but keep going here as Dylan Ryan fires it in towards three Wolves players. Evades them all though, and Kalatz quickly throws it. Farinella. Scott does his best to hold it up against Kyle Shaw under significant pressure. Picks out Trajcevski. Scott gets the pass off to Kanaizumi. Rolled in from Madden. Wide to Dax Kelly. Madden gets the ball back and can now potentially deliver. Goes down the line and crosses it into a good area that Kyle Shaw has cleared away. Dax Kelly dealing with the attentions of Rory Jordan to win the throw-in. Duarte forced to clear that away. The young fullback has locked down the left back position for the Wolves as he wins another tackle there. Has started every game in the league for Wollongong. Rory Jordan tries to take on Dax Kelly, but he wins out. Wide is Beattie. Ball given to Marcus Beattie, who can look to pick out a few Wolves attackers making their way into the box. Comes out to Masciavecchio. Duarte. Masciavecchio still has the ball though, and Trajcevski can find Madden wide. Ball to go into the box now. Flipped in towards Scott. Kyle Shaw challenging for it. Heads it back across goal, but Kalatz can claim that unchallenged. Kuta, lovely ball played in towards Ortiz, and the flag goes up. Dylan Ryan had slipped, and that would have meant Ortiz had a one-on-one with Solski. Dylan Ryan. Scott gets a toe in, but he'll have to chase back for that because APIA can now try to take it the other way. Madden important foot in to stop that APIA counter attack. Let's get into the final 5 regular first half minutes with the scores still locked at 0-0. Best chance, and the closest we've come to scoring was Rory Jordan, who hit the post for APIA. Trajcevski called Oliver Kalatz into a top save at the other end a few minutes earlier. But other than that, it has been a game of few chances, which makes you think rather the next goal will be a very important one in deciding the result. Kambiyashi forward for Fong, who's offside. It's been a good line from the Wolves in this game, been catching the APIA players offside on a number of occasions, which, given the pace that they have, it's important to have a strong defensive line and one that can remain high despite the threat of pace. Means that the Wolves can continue to apply pressure to the APIA defenders as they look to try and play out. Jordan. Ball played in for Conestabo, who's offside, and regardless, it was a slip from Kambiyashi. Play forwards into Farinella's path. Wide to Ortiz. Time and space. Numbers increasing in the box for APIA. That ball is good. Jordan's header. And it's in. Opening goal for APIA. Looks like it was Cameron Fong who grabbed the goal. And it was another well-constructed move. Questions of an offside. Rory Jordan's header, he didn't seem to know too much about it. But he's been a dangerous player for APIA in this game, Jordan, and he picks up the assist for that one, but opening goal right before half-time. There's a few better times to score, particularly in a game like this one where it has been so lacking in clear-cut chances. Here's Hernandez. Finds it for Scott. Madden. Madden for Hernandez, 1-2, but that will run away. It was again Presley Ortiz who's peeled wide consistently in this game and got a good ball into the box, somewhat unchallenged. And it was headed back across goal by Jordan into Cameron Fong's path, who's been working with Kambayashi on the right wing to pose a bit of a different challenge to the Wolves, and he picks up a goal. Moved to APIA in 2024 did Cameron Fong, and was previously at St George City after coming out of the Sydney FC Academy. And he's made a big difference in this one. I'm about to find out how much additional time there'll be at the end of the first half. In behind for Ortiz, who's onside this time. Presley Ortiz into the box. Still going Ortiz. Collision between Kanaizumi and Ortiz, but play continues. Fong picks out Ortiz, who gets a shot off, and the flag goes up on this occasion. Nonetheless, a top save from Solski to deny him. Kishimoto marshals Lachlan Scott well to prevent the striker getting any contact on that direct ball forward. The goal had been coming for half-time. Whistle is blown, and that moment there, it's Solski letting go of the ball, so he didn't go over the edge of the box, but it's APIA holding a slender advantage. Cameron Fong's goal means they're 1-0 up, heading into half-time. We'll be back in a little over 10 minutes' time for the second half.
Headley has come over to the right flank to help out. Tay Headley skips around a defender, went to ground rather slowly. Not enough to convince the referee there was a foul. Lancaster, a bending ball and a header in.
An ex-Western Sydney Wanderer, Kyle Chimenti. It's Allen against Chimenti. And he slots it into the bottom corner and gives Sydney United the lead as they look. I may have said Rose, doing my best. There's no board here, so I'm having to do the count. Zanic lays it out wide to Jennings. He's got Rule making the overlapping run. He goes to him. It's Carlos de Oliveira! Sydney United double their lead.
His last goal, in fact, in that 1-0 victory for the Raiders. Prendergast is under pressure. It's Knezovic! He does have goal number 3 of the season. We were just speaking about it. Scoring that late equaliser in that 1-1 draw at the Village Green. As Prendergast has been caught out off his line. Oh my word, what a strike! And he finds Kuda. Kuda back again for Kaspers. Lovely overlapping run. O'Driscoll holding up down there in the corner. Kaspers with Kuda. Oh, he's taken a heavy challenge there, Michael Kuda. Down he goes. Free kick taken quickly. Referee says play on. Gonzalez steps inside, drives it in, and he's opened the scoring. Oscar Gonzalez from the quickly taken free kick there. Nicely. Just 1-0 for APIA Leichhardt. And here's Ortiz. Ortiz, can he get a touch inside the box? Ortiz is there. Oh, what a finish from Presley Ortiz. Absolutely fantastic.
Hollingdale's efforts up and over the wall. Fantastic effort from Riley Hollingdale. St. George can't buy a goal at the moment. This corner swung in. Rising header, and there it is! The much-needed goal for St. George. Battled Blacktown City. As here with Shueki. Not clear. Shueki finds the bottom corner.
Bring them any further towards goal. Foti. Oh, this is the moment. Pedersen! Beautifully timed ball, and Jon Pedersen. Another effort long. Clarkson was up ahead of Tap. There were no blue shirts in the picture. A second bite, and the ball is kept alive by Tap. Another net win for St. George City. It can't be long now. And a volley it through Forrest, Olympic and the equaliser! Unbelievable!
Elliott finds Constable. He might try here. Flicks the ball up for McCarthy. Kept out the first time, but not the second. Right on the stroke of half-time. Mitch Malia looking to whip it in. Header from Grimaldi. Can't be denied that time, Travis Major. They kept away the initial header. Constable. McCarthy, originally deflected. Scortatis, smart ball! And Cholakin buries it! And does he maybe?
After dipping form of first Ješić with a chance, and Marko Ješić puts it away. It was a delightful pass from Frank.
had to a few times. I think the Wolves have only been around that time. That would have been good. Yeah, well, they didn't listen. I mean, it would have got service safe, I guess. Just wait for this. It'll happen. I know. And these random tiles that, like, yeah. Getting cold now. No, thank God.
And welcome back for the second half here at Macedonia Park. It's APIA leading 1-0 over the Wolves. A goal just before half-time from Cameron Fong is the difference at the moment. But outside of that, particularly as the half progressed, APIA started to knit together some really nice moves. Rory Jordan hit the post, and there are a couple of other close ones as well. The Wolves there influencing the game somewhat faded as the half went on. Best chance falling for Lukas Trajsevski, forcing Oliver Coates into a sprawling save as Ortiz makes an early dart down the left. Here's Farinella. Ortiz deflected shot, and it's looped into the goal. Dream start for APIA. Just as the second half was getting underway, and now they are in a really commanding position in this game. Less than 2 minutes on the clock. And it's Ortiz who's made the difference. A tough one for the Wolves goalkeeper Solski to deal with it taking that wicked deflection. And Ortiz extends his scoring streak to 3 games. 9 goals this year. Once again, proving his pedigree as one of the top strikers in this competition. And it leaves the Wolves with it all to do, but Caspers can now pick out Seiya Kambayashi with a strike blocked by Dylan Ryan. And it's been a sluggish start now from the Wolves at the start of the second half, and if they're not careful, the game will get away from them. Kuda comes across and takes this in-swinging corner. Can he get the delivery right? It's right on top of the goalkeeper. Headed away, though, by Dylan Ryan. Here's Madden. Plays forward for Scott. Lachlan Scott can race in on goal here. One-on-one with Kalat. Skews it wide. Somewhat of a slip. It's still on, though, for the Wolves. Drifted in for Scott. Once again with a strike. It'll stay for Trajcevski, though. Marcus Trajcevski picks out Duarte. Floated in for Scott. It's somewhat of a 1-2, but goes out of play, and that's a big chance. Goes begging for the Wolves. Scott, who managed to break in behind. Couldn't sort his feet out, and in the end, it was a bit of a misfire. Would have been the perfect response to what's been a sprightly start to the second half from APIA. To confirm, no changes at halftime from either team, but you'd think the opening 5 minutes may have changed the mind of Julio Miranda on the Wolves bench. If it has, he has a couple of attacking options to bring on. The likes of Felipe D'Agostini. Dylan King as well, and Jack McClatchy, another option, but also Kazuya Yamamura, more of a midfielder, but has that game-changing potential as well. Trajcevski tries to pick out Hernandez. Chance still on. Scott in for Maschivecchio. To get a pass back off, and Solski does very well to control what would have been an awkward one. Duarte keeps it in. Maschivecchio up towards Scott, wrestling with Kyle Shaw, and the free kick goes the Wolves' way, but it was Trajcevski who had the space to potentially exploit, but he gets it quickly back. Caspers with the challenge, got a toe on the ball. Madden finds Scott. Scott back in for Madden. Attack fizzles out, and the Wolves need a quick response if they are to get back into this game. Here's Kambayashi. Runs at Duarte, goes on the outside. Blocked by Duarte in the first instance, and goes behind for the corner. And it will be a substitution, but it'll be 2 for APIA. Michael Conestabo is coming off in place of Max Court. Looks like there could be another change, or maybe that one to come soon. But a change in attacking at midfield. The 17-year-old Max Court, 4 goals this season. Solski fouled, but grabs the ball nonetheless, and now they will make the change. Or rather, both changes are now being made, and it's Kishimoto who's coming off. And Sean Simmons is going to come on at left back and allow Kuda to shuffle across. And of course the change before with Max Court coming on in place of Connor Starboat. That's given away, and Rory Jordan can pick it up and slide a ball through for Ortiz. Great save from Solski. It's still on though for Court. Farinella. Wide for Simmons. Fong. Caspers finds Kambayashi. Farinella. Simmons with his first run down the wing, and APIA have the corner. Flicked on, and it's a chance there. Still on and cleared, but only as far as Court. It's a real scramble in there, but the Wolves have prevented a third goal. Simmons floats it in then, and Solski eventually collects, but it's been a chaotic past few minutes for the Wolves. They're still only the 2 goals down. But after a quiet first half, really, in terms of opportunities, it's all changed in the second half. Caspers, more space in midfield. This game has opened up significantly. Ortiz finds Max Court, back to Caspers. Kambayashi. Lifted in for Fong. Duarte. In for Scott, under pressure from Shaw. He defends well again. He's won the contests for the most part. Up against Scott. Fire goes up against Rory Jordan. And we'll get a chance to breathe in what's been an exciting start to the second half. Very much needed after the subdued first half at times, but APIA continuing their late first half theme of chance creation and have had opportunities to extend their lead further than the 2-goal buffer they had just 80 seconds into the second half. Wolves still yet to make a change. APIA's changes came quite early in this second half. Shaw steps in again to deal with that. Farinella. Simmons. This is good play. Caught. Told to turn. Ball cut out by Duarte. Mashivecchio retrieves it. Madden for Beatty. Now Dax Kelly. Dylan Ryan pokes it in. Calat's alert to it. Caspers. Switch pass to Rory Jordan, who's offside again. Trajcevski on for Madden. Nice spin from Flynn Madden. Wide he goes to Sebastian Hernandez. Just wide. Another big chance for the Wolves goes begging. Probably one of the better constructed moves they've put together, the home side, but in the end to no avail. Ortiz cut out by Kanaizumi. Chance still on though. Here's Jordan. Slipped in for Ortiz again. Lovely fake shot still there, but Solski claims. Kalat. Yashi's touch is nice. Duarte's challenge unsuccessful. Dylan Ryan slides in as well. He's more successful. Ball in for Lachlan Scott. Nice move. Here's Mashivecchio. His turn to make his way into the box. Mashivecchio down the left. Cut back. Intercepted by Simmons. Important intervention from the experienced fullback. Chances are coming both ways now, thick and fast. Here's Rory Jordan picking out, caught in the box. There's Ortiz with a header. Off the post, and Solski claims. Twice now, the visitors have struck the woodwork. Jordan again goes in behind for Ortiz, but it's a little bit wider, so it'll find its way to Max Court. Skips around Dax Kelly nicely. Into the box he goes. Solski is able to pick it up. Throws it out quickly for Trajcevski. Nothing much going forwards for Trajcevski. He'll have to do most of it himself. Now a few more numbers have made their way into midfield areas. Kanaizumi for Scott. Hernandez hadn't made that run. Simmons was well placed. Beatty. Dylan Ryan. line for Ortiz to chase. Clips Kanaizumi, but comes into the clutches of Solski. Ball in for Hernandez. Here's a good opportunity. Hernandez, angle closed by Kuta. Farinella. Good tackle from Madden. The pass a little overhit though for Trajcevski. A few weary legs out there for the Wolves. It has been a game filled with running, particularly in the second half, that has had an end-to-end nature to it. There's another ball in behind. Kanaizumi is fouled. And it looks like we will see that change coming for the Wolves. Duarte clips it around the corner. Mashavecchio. Good defending from Fong. The goal scorer continues to go forwards. Duarte's challenge is firm. Duarte in for Scott. Shaw able to make the challenge, and Trajcevski with a shot that dips over. There'll be two changes from the Wolves. But again, Wollongong are still creating chances in this game, but so are APIA. They have the advantage. Simmons races around Dax Kelly. Look to cut it back for Ortiz. Looks like it will be Yamamura as one of the changes. He will provide some stability in midfield and some more legs in an area that has seen a lot of distance covered. And now we'll see the changes. There's one for APIA as well. It's Kambayashi coming off. Alex Denmead coming into the attack. And the other two changes are both for the Wolves. It's Kazuya Yamamura on for Flynn Madden. And Lucas Trajcevski is coming off. Dylan King. The change there. Those are the changes for the Wolves as they seek a route back into the game. Yamamura sitting in a more advanced position as it stands. And Alex Denmead will provide something different to think about for the Wolves. The APIA substitute possesses great pace and directness, which is exactly what you need in a game that has picked up this end-to-end feel. Denmead with 6 goals this season. Did find the net against the Wolves in round 4 when he played for the under-20s. Got his impact off the bench as one of his key assets, and Apia will be hoping he can put this game to bed. Wollongong still creating chances. Yamamura forced to chase back. Kazuya Yamamura, of course, making his return to the Wolves team after a sustained spell out with injury. He'd had such a huge impact for the Wolves. With goal scoring, but also the experience and quality that he offers. Professional playing experience over in Japan. Simmons fouled there by Kelly. It's also been an outlet for APIA. Simmons down the left since he's come on. Taking their time on the free kick. It's finally underway. Jordan in behind for Simmons, but that's overhit. To the final quarter or so of this contest. Apia holding the 2-goal lead. That ball's in behind for Hernandez. Here's a big chance. Good save from Kalatz with his feet. They have had their chances, the Wolves, to find the net. Have been thwarted by the Apia goalkeeper. There have also been a number of slips from the Wolves attackers in key positions. Right in front of goal. He's caught with a shot that's blocked. Caspers. Jordan. Nice chop and no foul given there. BT finds Kelly. All the way back to Solski. Kyle Shaw's touch is back towards Kuda. Dylan Ryan. Yamamura. Looking to a switch pass, but Simmons alert to it. Under a bit of pressure from Dylan King, but he gets the ball back and lays it nicely into Casper's path. Comes a switch the other direction for Denmead. Chops inside. Alex Denmead still going. Goes back on the outside. Blocked by Duarte. Farinella caught. King is fouled by Jordan. Ashley Vecchio. Duarte will let that behind for the throw in. Here's at Yamamura. Touch evades him slightly APIA, direct ball forwards. Farinella can chase it. No foul given, and it is eventually given. Farinella had just about got his feet there. Set piece, though, for the visitors. Another change coming. It's Mashivecchio coming off for the Wolves. There's going to be Noah Matthey coming on, so another attacking change for the Wolves. Simmons. That free kick goes to waste. It's flown well over the top. Forward towards Scott. Farinella's won the header. And the referee intercepts play when he looks to get it underway with what will be a drop ball. Farinella was eager to get it underway, but of course it needs to be restarted with a drop ball. Forward for Fong. Matthey gets a foot in and wins the throw in. Duarte forwards. Yamamura can try to control it and does excellently well to play in Marcus Beattie. Kuda with the challenge. Still on for the Wolves. Beattie. And it's for Hernandez. Volley goes wide. The Wolves should really have at least a couple of goals for their troubles. But the same can be said for APIA, who could have extended their advantage further. That will be the story of tonight if the Wolves can't find their way back into this one. They'll be left to rue missed opportunities. Kyle Shaw again wins the battle with Scott. Denmead. Yamamura for Scott. Played on for Dylan King. Ball in behind for Hernandez, over hit. Under 15 regular minutes to play in this second half. APIA still leading 2-0. And Fong's goal right at the end of the first half was quickly followed up after the break by Presley Ortiz. And that's the lead that has put APIA in this strong position. towards Farinella. Wide is Jordan. Henry Jordan still going, goes on the outside. Solski collects. Thrown out for Beatty. Back the other way come the Wolves. Noah Matthey. Yamamura. For Dylan King. Kanaizumi. Towards Yamamura. Important header from Fong, but they'll have a corner to defend. Yamamura. Matthew. Pass under hit. Denmead can't escape the attentions of Beatty. Here's Dax Kelly. Shaw's header is only as far as Yamamura. Simmons heads away. Jordan for Ortiz. He's surrounded by Wolves players. Yamamura for Matthey. Simmons volleys it away, but BT will come onto the ball. Dylan King through for Lachlan Scott, but Kalatz was quick to get his hands on the ball. Denmead wide for APIA now. Farinella. Caspers. Caspers again. Forwards for Simmons. Cutback is good for Max Court. Deflected past Solski. That would have finished off this contest. And it looks like APIA are preparing another couple of changes, highlighting the depth of the bench they do have, particularly compared to the Wolves, who are looking to rely on their young players. Denmead's delivery, Solski claims it easily. Scott. Short of Hernandez. Yamamura finds Scott. Back to Yamamura. Looks to load up here and finds Hernandez. Cross to no one. But Denmead for APIA. Ryan is aggressive in winning that challenge, but it wobbles away for the visitors' throw-in. Hernandez. Shaw backs it away, and Simmons will pump it down the line towards Ortiz. Wales under pressure by Caspers, who's now got the ball in an advanced position. BT for Dylan Ryan, in for Matthew, but it's been given up. Matthew gets a foot in, Duarte fouls Rory Jordan. Now we will see the two changes. Ortiz and Farinella are the players coming off. Ortiz, of course, the scorer of the second goal. And Navid Alizada will come on as one of the players. By Denmead. Just to confirm, the other change is Oscar Gonzalez up front. The 18-year-old has got 10 goals this season. First year in the APIA first grade setup. Found the net against Manly last round. Still 2-0 with 6 regular minutes to play. Here's Gonzalez wide. Slip and a miss from the young striker. Will allow Duarte to take the ball away. Caspers. Lazada couldn't take that away. Of course, fights hard to win it. But here comes Matthew. The free kick, though, goes against the Wolves, despite Hernandez staying down after the challenge. Here's Gonzalez. Dylan King finds Beatty. King. Kanaizumi for Dylan Ryan. APIA set in their shape and eager to hold on to the 3 points that would take them to the top of the standings in the NPL Men's New South Wales. Would be a good bit of momentum with tricky games like Blacktown City away and Rockdale Willendon at home coming up. That's followed by a trip to the Sutherland Sharks in round 22. Including the Wolves game, they've got 3 of their next 4 games away from home. This is the first of back-to-back games away. And they will have certainly started the right way if they can hold on to a 2-goal advantage. Duarte's ball in. Dylan Ryan receives it at the far post. Forward for Dylan King, but Michael Kuda defends it well. It'll be cleared away by Shaw. As for the Wolves, they'll have to wait on the result of Rockdale's game tomorrow at home to SD Raiders to see if they remain inside the top four. But there's still games to play, and here come APIA. Opportunity to finish off the contest. Big save from Solski. Gonzalez was able to cut inside and blast the ball towards the top right corner. From the goalkeeper's perspective, and it was a good save from Daniel Solski. 90 seconds of regular time left in this one, plus whatever is added on, and there have been a couple of stoppages. Fiercely whipped in there. Gonzalez. Back for Caspers. Matthew can take it the other way. Pass towards Yamamura. Hernandez is wide. Hernandez gets the cross that's blocked, and corner ball for the Wolves. From Duarte, header from Yamamura. Out for Kanaizumi, back into the box. Yamamura gets his head to it, but Kalatz claims it comfortably. Gonzalez chases with Beatty. Still holding on to it under pressure from Lachlan Scott. And he wins the throw in 3 additional minutes. End of this game. Denmead looks to go past Beatty. Fong for Gonzalez. Gonzalez has won out that battle with Beatty. Fong in for Denmead. Denmead goes for an effort that's held well wide of the danger area. Got through the first of these 3 additional minutes. Ryan in for Matthew. Scott. Scott goes wide for Duarte. Wollongong trying to commit numbers forwards. First time cross. Headed away by Kuda. Denmead. BT defends well. Shaw. For Denmead. Matthew back, as is Dylan King. Duarte finds Scott. Scott for Hernandez. And here is Gonzalez into the final 40 seconds of this game. Scott. Now Beatty goes away from Caspers. Matthew. Max Kelly wide for Hernandez. Ball goes in, but it'll be claimed by Kalatz. And that is full time at Macedonia Park. APIA claiming a 2-0 win over the Wolves. It was goals either side of half-time from Cameron Fong and then from Presley Ortiz. It sends APIA to the top of the table. My name is Tim Gibson. Thank you for tuning in.